Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Learn German Dheere Dheere. I hope you all are doing well. Today I am here with a very important topic of German grammar, the interrogatives. The interrogative is used for asking questions. So let's get started. There are two main types of questions. The first one starts with a question word and tends to be more open. The second one starts with a finite verb and requires a yes or no as an answer. For example, Wo wohnen Sie? Which translates to Where do you live? This question starts with an interrogative word wo, which means where. Second example, Haben Sie Geschwister? Which means Do you have any siblings? This question starts with a finite verb haben and usually requires a yes or no answer. Here is the list of important question words and their English equivalents. You can notice the pattern like English WH words such as who, what, whom, why. German also relies on the W words such as where, wo, wann, etc. Here, where means who, was means what, wo means where, woher means where from, wohin means where to, wann means when, warum means why, wie how, wie lange how long, wie viel how much, wie viele how many, wie oft how often. Note that wo corresponds to the English where. If motion to or from a place is indicated, German always uses wohin or woher. German strictly distinguishes between static location wo and indicating motion to or from a place, that is, wohin and woher. So how do we put the pieces together? How do we form the interrogatives in German? The question word occupies the first place in a question. It is followed by the finite verb as the second and then the subject. For example, woher kommen Sie? Meaning, where do you come from? Or wohin fährt Juliane am Wochenende? As you can see, the usage of most question words in German is very similar to English, but there are some deviations. The German interrogative wie, meaning how, is also used when we ask for someone's name or address. Please note that it is incorrect to use was, meaning what, in such questions. Here we have the examples. Wie ist dein Name? Which means, what is your name? Wie ist Ihre Telefonnummer oder Adresse? Which means, what is your phone number or address? The most common way in German to ask about what somebody does for a living is Was sind Sie von Beruf? Which translates to What do you do for a living? In order to find out the company name, the question in German is Wo arbeiten Sie? Which translates to Who do you work for? The second type of question can be answered by a single yes or no. As you can see, it does not need a question word. Instead, the finite verb moves into the first position. So, in the simple statement, Peter kommt aus Berlin, the verb kommt simply moves to the first position. Kommt Peter aus Berlin? Does Peter come from Berlin? Similarly, the second sentence, Wohnen Sie im Hotel zur Sonne? Which means, do you live in Hotel zur Sonne? English often uses the helper verbs, for example, do, to form these kind of questions. Does Peter come from Berlin or do you speak German? Such helper verbs do not exist in German. It is sufficient to move the finite verb to the beginning of the sentence. So here is the golden rule. For the open questions which use the W words such as where, who, why or wo, warum, was, where, the infinitive verbs come in the second position immediately after the W word or the question word. For the closed yes or no questions, the finite verb comes in the first position. So here we have a quiz for testing your knowledge of the W words or the question words. Wie heißen Sie? Which means what is your name? Wo wohnen Sie? Which means where do you live? Was sind Sie von Beruf? Which means what do you do for a living? Woher kommen Sie eigentlich? Which means where do you come from? Wann beginnt das Konzert? Which means when does the concert begin? Friends, before I end this video, let's do a quick recap of today's session. We have two types of questions. For the W word questions, the W word comes in the first position, whereas for the closed questions, which have yes or no answer, the finite verb comes in the first position. The W word means woher, wie, warum, etc. In German, we have to be careful about the structure and the position as the entire meaning of the sentence depends on it. So friends, it's time to say bye to all of you. Thank you for your kind support and keep learning Dheere Dheere. Cheers!